Hi, my name is Caitlin Moore. I am a second-year student at Asbury Theological Seminary, and I'm following my call into ministry. I can't claim that I'm called ministry to any particular age group. I can't say that children or young adults or teenagers or adults are my calling. What I do know is that I'm called to any age group that feels that they're lost or forgotten. People who feel burned by American society or by the church, people who feel like they don't belong anywhere. Those are the people that I truly love and that I get along with and that I really feel I make a difference in their life. This job in Newburgh would be important to me for two reasons. The first is that it would allow me to grow in Christian leadership, which is something that I would look forward to and is very important to me. The second is that it would allow me to work with people who are lost and forgotten. The teenage years, at least for myself, were so difficult because you're not a child anymore, but you're not an adult, and you don't know where you fit, and people misunderstand you and mislabel you and abuse you in just different ways. But if at this time you can set a good basis in Christ and not preach hellfire and damnation, but instead preach what Jesus taught, you can set a foundation for the rest of their life that will lead them into Christian adulthood and to raise their children as Christians. The ministry I'm going to talk about in a few minutes is one that was really important to me that I did in the Czech Republic. While I lived there, I was an English as a second language teacher for young adults and adults, anyone from age 16 to 60. And so I worked with a wide range of people, but there were three people that I spent a lot of time with who I'll explain in a minute why, but they were the most despised by Czech society and oftentimes really forgotten. Because my ministry was done so far away, or the ministry I want to discuss today was done so far away, I'm going to use pictures instead of video to explain my ministry, and I hope you enjoy it. For a year I lived in Pardubice, a town in the central part of the Czech Republic. Here and all over the Czech Republic, a group of people who are particularly disliked are the gypsies. They're distinguishable by their somewhat darker skin color and are often seen as dirty and thieves. In my small town of Pardubice, there was an orphanage that sent several students to the school I worked at to learn English. Daniel, Lucy, and Simona were all 16 and orphans, and Daniel and Lucy both had gypsy heritage. 4 of us and 2 other missionaries became close friends with them and learned their stories. Daniel had an interest in becoming a chef and was often upset at the way he was treated in stores because of his ethnic heritage. Simona was an artist with a tough spirit, and Lucy was sweet, gentle, and kind. They talked about their life in the orphanage and the difficulties they faced there. Eventually they started to come to our apartment for monkey bread, a treat they loved, or popcorn in a movie. A major part of our ministry to them was the celebration of holidays, since they did not have families to celebrate with together. A major holiday for us was Halloween, not typically celebrated in the Czech Republic. Besides costume contests, donut eating, and bobbing for apples, the 6 of us had a very serious discussion about All Hallows Eve and honoring those who have passed away. The Czech Republic is a country of atheists, and when people die, that's the end. No life after death is taught or expected. Through this, we were able to share the gospel with them. At Thanksgiving, we gave a presentation on the holiday and served dinner. Speaking with them on all the things that we were grateful for was a special ministry. Finally, we celebrated Christmas together. We exchanged gifts and sang carols. It was shortly after Christmas that we got a real gift. Daniel made the decision to become a follower of Christ. Within minutes of his decision, the Christian community of Pardubice knew they had a new brother, and they welcomed him into the church and baptized him that spring. Daniel commented to me that he felt he finally had a place where he belonged. Lucy and Simona never made the decision to become Christians, but we still keep in contact to this day. A recent letter from Daniel called me his dear Christian and blessed me. It was a special moment for me as it allowed me to see just how God had used me and my ministry to help 3 teenagers. This ministry was truly important to me because it allowed me to spend time with people who are the most lost, who were really disliked. I understand that there are probably not going to be any orphans at all, or many, if any, ethnically downtrodden people at Newburgh United Methodist, but I know from my own story that an upper middle class background with a good family doesn't eliminate your problems, and it doesn't eliminate serious problems. I understand the teenage years are hard, both on the teenagers and the people who work with them, but I would very truly love the experience and I would love to serve Newburgh in whatever way God calls and whatever way